guys. Hi boys and girls. What a lovely tank. Beautiful fish. So peaceful. Let me read you something out of the book that I find really fascinating. Having an aquarium in a doctor's or dentist's office gives the patient something to see and to contemplate just before their appointment. It is proven fact that aquariums in doctors and dentists' offices actually reduce stress and anxiety. In fact, in 2004, it was proven that sitting in a lobby with the aquarium makes a patient so calm and relaxed that they require less pain medication prior to their operation. Pretty cool stuff, right? Now, you think that applies to my fish? Let's go check it out. Cichlid aggression, guys. Let's talk about it. Guys, before we get started, please give me a thumbs up or leave me a comment below so I know what I can do to improve your experience at King and Queen Cichlids. I did not put this segment in my video last week, and last week I got about 900 views, but I only got 59 likes. So obviously I need to leave this section in my videos reminding you guys to give me a thumbs up. So please do. Alright guys, back to the video. Come on. Yo, what is up? It's your boy Scott with King Queen Cichlids, bringing you yet another new video. Today we're going to talk about cichlid aggression. That's right, cichlid aggression. What makes them so damn mean, right? Come on. Before we get started, let's feed my fish in the garage. I showed you the North Fin Food last live feed, and my cichlids are really enjoying this stuff. So check this out. You can get this an incredible price at Super Cichlids, supercichlids.com. Check out Martin and Lisa. Their store is open. They did a soft opening. The store is doing really well. You need to travel to Delaware, Dover, Delaware. You will really enjoy their store. It's crazy what I've seen so far. But check out these North Fin flakes. I mean, look how big that is. This is their cichlid flake formula, and so far, my guys love it. Like my Bacardi and my Feste in here, they absolutely love this stuff. You can give them big flakes, or you can crumble it up for the smaller fish. My Green Terras here love it, and my Lazeli down here love it. And of course, one of my favorite fish are these Amphilophus lini that I picked up at the North Jersey Aquarium Society. Look at those guys. They just go nuts for this North Fin flake food. They really enjoy it. The other thing I like to feed my guys, and I've talked about this a lot, is my Tetra Jumbo Min alternative to live foods, because I don't like to feed my fish live food. Absolutely hate it. So I use this for my big boys. I swear by this food. I've used this food for years. Obviously you guys know I've won a lot of awards showing my fish at various fish conventions. Get this food. This food makes them big. It makes their colors look magnificent, and it keeps them pretty fit. So over here I have the red Ataba pikes along with some silver dollars and some sort of geos or something that Liz has in this tank that she got from her friend. Anyway, so let's get back to what we're talking about. So many times people ask me, why do I keep big fish? First and foremost, number one, my father and I, when I was young, used to fish all the time. We would catch smallmouth bass, largemouth bass. This is back in Greensboro, North Carolina. We go to a bridge, we throw the line out, and we'd spend hours talking. I'd learned from my father. I think my father is the greatest man I've ever met. So keeping large fish makes me remember those moments where I was with my dad. So that's one reason why I keep big cichlids, because they remind me of the time my father and I used to go fishing. But honestly, number two, I just like aggressive things. I like aggressive fish. I think one of the reasons why I'm like that is because when I was growing up, Jaws was like a huge blockbuster movie. It was so big and so scary that people actually stopped going to the beach. I think it came out in like 1978, 1979. People stopped going to the beach because so many people were scared from that movie. People actually stopped taking baths and started taking showers. That's how scary that Jaws Steven Spielberg movie was. Add to it that I'm a James Bond freak. One of his arch nemesis is Dr. No, who had this huge fish tank in his like laboratory hideout, and if someone was acting up, he would like put their hand in the fish tank and piranhas would bite it and the hand would come out and there'd be nothing but like bones because the fish ate it all. I know it's really horrible that I'm saying this stuff, but that stuff was cool to me, and I was like, man, I wish I could have a fish tank like that one day when I get older. So that's another reason why over the years I've liked big aggressive fish. It's just how I came up in my childhood, and it's something that I've always wanted to keep. I've always wanted to keep large aggressive fish. I think they're cool. That's just my taste. Some people love nano tanks and small peaceful fish. That's what they like. I'm a more aggressive guy. So when I was about 12, 13 years old, I saved up my allowance. I think it took me almost a year, my God. And I got maybe 80 bucks, and I bought a book about fish. I bought a 10-gallon aquarium. I bought some filtration and some decorations. And my first fish I ever bought was what? A rainbow shark. Had to be a rainbow shark, right? Because Jaws, I think I even called it Jaws. That's how corny I was back then. But that's what got me into the hobby. That was my first taste of the hobby, and I've never lost interest in it since then. I'm 52 now, and I still love this hobby. So, back to today's topic. I want to explain why I keep the fish I keep and why I keep aggressive fish. Now let's talk about why these fish are so aggressive. Well, let's go into the fish room, the display room, where it's a lot cooler because it's hot up in this garage. Let's go, guys. Come on. What is up, my beautiful fish? Hello, hello, Daddy is home. Whew. My God, it was so hot in that fish room. Alright guys, we're going to talk about our subject today, cichlid aggression. I've already told you why I keep the fish I keep, why I keep aggressive cichlids. Now we're going to talk about why the cichlids are aggressive. I'm going to give you 3 reasons. Number 1, it's their territory. Number 2, it's their food supply. And number 3, they need a place to breed that feels safe to them. Okay, so in the wild, just remember this, they live in lakes with thousands and thousands and thousands of gallons, large areas where they're not always running into the same species all the time. In the fish world, in this hobby, we have them in glass tanks where if you're lucky, you have 150 to 200 to 300 gallon tanks. Even that is just a fraction of what they would have out in their own environment in the wild. So let's talk about territory. Why is territory important to cichlids? Because they select a territory that has food and a spawning area. If it doesn't have a reliable food source, they're not going to select that territory. If it's not a place where they can spawn safely, then they're not going to pick that territory. So whenever a cichlid gets into a fish tank, that's his territory. He doesn't have a large range of areas to look. You basically get what you get when you put them in a tank. That's why I love to keep cichlids in spawns in large tanks. Some of the ways to cut down on aggression, obviously people like to overcrowd their tanks, which lessens the aggressions because less fish are getting picked on. I don't like that. I rather have a large tank with 2 fish, a male and a female, and watch them in their natural biotope atmosphere, watch them breeding, spawning, and evolving as fish over years. That's what I like. even because they weren't really raised in the wild, that natural trait in them still resonates. Even though they were tank raised fish, they're not, you know, wild caught. Most of us don't have wild caught cichlids or fish. Most of them are tank raised. But that, they still inherit that trait to be aggressive, to protect the territory. That never leaves them, no matter if they came out of the wild or if they were tank raised. So basically, whatever tank space you give them, you're basically saying this is your assigned territory. So once they're in a tank, they feel like that's their area and they have to defend it. Second thing that they're aggressive is food supply. In the wild, they have to fight tooth and nail for their food supply. It's not like in the wild they're getting fed on a regular basis like we do with our fish tanks and our fish. No, they have to fight and survive for every little morsel of food that they get out in the wild. Some of them aren't the healthiest because they don't get readily fed like they would in a fish room such as this. And again, number 3 would be a safe spawning area. There are so many predators out in the wild that can just absolutely annihilate a species of fish that it's important that these species of cichlids and fish have an area where they can breed safely and protect their fry. That is very important for their existence. Now, you have to understand that like the Parachromis and the Amphilophus, these guys all live in the same lake together, or same lakes together. So you have a lot of big predatory fish trying to stake claim to territory, food, and breeding. There's also catfish and etc. out in the wild. So when these guys breed, it is very difficult for them to raise all their fry to adults. That's why their spawns are so big, because only a fraction of what they actually produce is going to survive. So I would say in the wild, out of 1,000 spawns or out of 1,000 fry, there's probably only going to be 100 that might make it at that. So it's really critical that these guys find a safe place where they can spawn and protect their fry. So that's another reason that makes them very aggressive. When you see these guys spawn in your fish tanks, they will attack no matter what it is. Your hand, your sponge, anything you're trying to clean the tank with, any other fish, even if there's in another tank. These particular fish, and I'm talking specifically about the Parachromis and the Amphilophus, will attack anything to protect their fry. And that's why I find them so fascinating. Most fish are not like that, but these particular species of Central and South American cichlids really do protect their spawn and attack anything, even if it's bigger than them, even if they can eat them, they will still attack and protect their fry. Alright guys, that is it. We have run out of time. Hopefully you enjoyed this topic about cichlid aggression. I tell you what, if you really enjoy this topic, join us Sunday at 8 o'clock in our live feed. Bring this topic up and I'll be glad to talk about it more. Our live feeds usually run an hour to an hour 30 minutes, which will give us much more time to talk about what I consider a very interesting topic. It's one of the reasons why I love cichlids as much as I do. Their aggression, their high intelligence, and obviously the way they spawn and take care of their fry. Those are really some interesting things about cichlids. It's why I keep the South and Central American cichlids. And I hope you guys are starting to get really interested in them as well and thinking about keeping them. Now, if you're not subscribed to my channel, again, look at my video library, see if it's something that you like, and definitely hit that subscribe button if you enjoy it. Also, give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed today's video, or leave me comments below letting me know what I can do to improve your experience at King Queen Cichlids. Alright guys, I'm super excited because by the time this video comes out, I will be on the road with KG Tropicals, John and Lisa, and also River Life, Rack Cross, my boy. We're going to have a monster weekend. We're going to hit several stores, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So I apologize for not being here for the premiere. But trust me, I'm out with some really cool YouTubers. I'm getting more footage that I'm going to bring back to you, and we're going to have a ball. I think John, Rack, and I are going to have some sort of contest where we can see who can put out the best video, and we're going to let you guys vote on your favorite video out of the 3. John will have one, I will have one, Rack will have one. We'll stagger the times. I think John's will be the first one, I'll be part 2, and Rack will be part 3. Make sure you check them all out. Links to the description below so you can check out all 3 videos. Certainly subscribe to KG Tropicals and River Life as well. Those are absolutely great channels. Again, guys, hope to see you Sunday at 8 o'clock. Our live feeds get bigger and bigger and better each Sunday. I'm hoping to finally crack that 100 mark where we have over 100 viewers watching us Sunday at 8 o'clock. I hope you guys will enjoy us. Alright guys, see you guys next week. See you Sunday actually at 8 o'clock. Make sure you check out Aquafunk at 6 and Susie Q at 7 at Queaquatics. Also descriptions and links below. Excuse me. Alright guys, take care. See you Sunday, and then see you the week after that with some really cool footage that we're taking this weekend with KG Tropicals and River Life Rack Cross. Bye bye. My anaconda,